India. We don't talk about it enough. India. We don't talk about it enough here. Okay, so we did talk about it less than a week ago. This time though, we just want to focus on one particular teeny tiny organisation, the Reserve Bank of India. So, as we told you before, crypto isn't banned in India, but it's a complicated issue, especially for the country's central bank. The Reserve Bank of India, the RBI, certainly doesn't like crypto. In June, Governor Shaktikanta Das said cryptocurrencies are a clear danger, and that wasn't the first time the RBI had made that sort of warning. As early as 2013, it was asking traders to stay away from what it then called virtual currencies. But things have become a little bit more nuanced since then, and now the bank seems to see some value in them. At least that's the impression that the bank has given us from a concept note it's just released. That note basically said it was looking at issuing a central bank digital currency, a CBDC. It says the benefits of this include reduced transaction costs, promoting financial inclusion, and a more efficient payment system. However, as far as the cryptocurrencies already out there are concerned, there is no sign of things softening. The note has the same familiar warnings about private crypto, claiming they pose a risk to financial stability. The RBI says that its responsibility is to provide citizens with risk-free central bank digital money instead. So let's see what one major player makes of all of these plans. Rajagopal Menon of WazirX joins me now to talk more. This concept, Raj, talks about an idea where the RBI thinks things stand, but the note didn't really seem to change much of anything, did it? What have we ultimately learned from this issuance?
It's a very interesting time for India because India is a leader in digital payments. It might surprise a lot of your viewers. We are in fact way ahead of China also in terms of digital payments. So they put together a concept note which is very, very interesting. It covers the obvious benefits of crypto, cutting down on costs, better cross-border transactions, increased settlement rates, and so on and so forth. They have a wholesale concept as well as a retail concept. So they've ticked all the right boxes. What they have are silent, however, is the structure or how is it going to be, on what is it going to reside, the CBDC? Is it going to be a decentralized ledger like a blockchain, or is it going to be a centralized database? That they haven't told us much information about. So it's a very nice move on the RBI's part. They've been talking about it for a long time, since 2018 to be precise. And now things seem to be moving.
I want to pick up on just what you were saying there about this sort of blockchain versus centralized ledger debate. It seems that perhaps the RBI is leaning towards the latter and maybe is being a little bit misleading in how it's characterizing this group as something that approximates cryptocurrencies when in fact it's not really crypto at all, is it?
They seem to be inclined towards a centralized server sort of an approach, which could be a good call when it goes to a wholesale CBDC, when it comes to when it comes to settlement within banks and so on and so forth. They seem to be leaning towards that, and they seem to be saying that okay, for the retail users they will go for a token based system. So they've very clearly and very cleverly highlighted all the things that we want to hear, and they've been very silent on stuff that we would really like to hear. So we are waiting for more details from the RBI, but they are a bunch of good bureaucrats, so they'll play their cards close to the chest at this point of time.
So what is it exactly that you think the RBI is ultimately worried about with crypto?
The RBI has been notoriously conservative, and this conservatism has stood them in good stead. They haven't opened the markets for a whole lot of crazy stuff that happens in more advanced markets in the West, which benefited us greatly in the 2008 crisis. We were very less affected because of the RBI's conservatism. Second is, we have to understand that no central bank would like the power of issuance of currency to be even slightly threatened. So both are very valid arguments from the RBI side.
In terms of exchanges like WazirX, then what are the potential implications of all of this?
So in the best case scenario, if this leads, this shows that the RBI has is willing to experiment and adopt crypto. So right now, then the gateway to send everyone to an ordinary user is through a centralized exchange. Right now, for most users, it is through the USDT. If all goes well, WazirX will, we would love to onboard the e-rupee, and you can buy your favorite Bitcoin on an e-rupee BTC pairing, or your favorite ETH through your ETC your e-rupee pairing. So a lot of problems are faced by Indian exchanges at this point of time, banking access being one of them, because the RBI has told banks to tread very carefully when it comes to crypto exchanges. So a lot of banks have taken it too literally. So this could be the step in that direction where adoption really goes through the rates for India when it comes to cryptos.
And finally, in terms of the next steps for the digital rupee, when are we likely to see those coming from the RBI?
This is too big a project to just launch it overnight, and I suspect that what they will do is put together a team. There are pretty good guys at the RBI. Though we might not think so, but they know what they're doing. So they'll put together a team, a development team, and so on and so forth. What I suspect is that they'll launch an initial pilot project. They'll release it. They'll have an alpha release, a beta release. Things will take time, so I don't think this is going to happen like overnight. They had said that they were looking at launching it sometime this year or next. I suspect it could take slightly longer. Later next year would be the best bet for the test, the test launches to happen.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Raj. That was Rajagopal Menon from WazirX. All right, that's it for this episode. Like and subscribe to this video for more content like it, and let us know your thoughts down in the comments below.